and you want to do a course review for, you want to shift gears and go into the PGA.
Do I? So we're in, we're at the 1st of August, and we're having our first major.
Mm-hmm.
I would tell you that we played TPC Sawgrass, the Players Championship, but not really. It didn't get played. It was canceled. But yeah, we've been on. We were in Texas, I guess, for the Schwab. But after that, man, we've been on an East Coast run.
Yeah.
And we're kind of moving a little out west. I guess we were in. We hit what did we hit? Minneapolis, Detroit, and now we're in West Tennessee, but heading to San Francisco.
Yep.
So there's, I don't want to say controversial, but there's been a lot of, so we're at a public course again, right? And there's been a lot of noise about how Harding Park was kind of a dump. And what right across the street, is it Olympic that's across the street from it, or just down the road, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So and I think they said that when they had the PGA Championship at Olympic, they used Harding Park as the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I think early 90s, it went for, I don't know, this $20 or $200 million renovation, maybe a $20 renovation. But let's see. So we're TPC Harding Park coming in at just over 7,200 yards. Got 7,400 from the tips. Another par 70. Mm-hmm. And we're on bent grass greens.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've read any, and thanks to Fantasy National for sharing some of these stats and data with us. So what are we looking for, and what's our strategy here? It's strokes gained on approach. Got to find fairways, par fours gained, and proximity to the hole over 200 yards. So as we were saying earlier, you're going to have. I think this is actually going to be really fun to watch, because it's going to be you're going to have two different players at this course, right? So you're going to have the bombers. So DeChambeau. Let's we don't need to pull any punches here. So DeChambeau is going to just smoke everything that he that he can, and I think there's at least 3 par fours that are potentially drivable. I'm talking like in the 330, 340 range, and then there's one that's I think it tips out at 392. So I think so we are in San Francisco. So the weather, you really don't know what you're going to get. It's definitely, it shouldn't be as hot as what we've experienced over the past several weeks. But are we going to get, in the mornings, we're definitely going to get some cloud cover, coming in off the ocean. Is it going to rain? I don't know. Maybe. Is it going to be, is the air going to be thick? Probably. It's going to be in the 70s, low 80s there. So you've got DeChambeau that's probably going to try to go for everything that he can. And, and then you got folks, the Ches Reeves, the Jim Fureks, right? It's going to be, hey, ball placement. And then let me go out and hit my 200-yard approach shot and stick it close and make par and move on. So I think par is going to be a lot of people are going to be happy with par on this golf course. Yeah. But yeah, it looks fun, man. It's I'm glad to see it's that it's there. So.
Yeah, we got a couple more things for you here. So the average green size, 7,000 square feet. We're playing it at 7251, like you said. This recently went to bent. You touched on that. New tees have been added to 2, 5, 8, 13, and 18. The land was actually a lettuce farm prior to the course being built in 1925.
Hold on. When you say lettuce farm, does that mean a marijuana farm?
I think so. Course was used as a parking lot in the 1998 U.S. Open Olympic Club, like you said, and then it operates under a city's very strict environmental commission. So yeah, a ton of fun here. It's going to play long. I think par 70 with this kind of yardage is going to play long. It says here acres of fairway, 36 acres of fairway, 70 acres of rough. I've heard it's around 4 inches.
Yeah.
The mornings are going to be cold. It's going to be in the 50s in the morning, and then it's going to get up and probably in the 70s in the afternoon, maybe the 80s, like you said. But definitely going to be cold in the morning.
So you think Tiger and Day already sent the note that said, I don't want to be with Brooks or Bryson, and we need afternoon tee times.
Well, I think Brooks might have some problems too with that knee.
Yeah, so, he will when Bryson gets all his ass.
It's flat. I've heard it's flat, so the knee shouldn't be much of a problem from the flat. But definitely Tiger and Day with that back, it's like, oof.
Well, no, I'm talking about he and Bryson doing the getting a little figure four out there going on, a little wrestling match.
Exactly. But yeah, no, it should be a lot of fun. I think, in terms of the strategy, I'm really looking at ball strikers here, which, hey, every course is a ball strikers course. I'm looking for the long guys here. I'm looking for the long guys that are very accurate off the tee and have a good approach shot. That's what I mean by ball striking. So I think they're going to have an advantage this week, but you got to be good off the tee, and then you can't be like Bryson, not all the time, but hitting the ball into the rough. It's going to be tough with this 4-inch rough out there. So yeah.
Well, there's a tricky hole out there that's just trying to pull it up here real quick. So it's like a 250 yard. Well, so they've got it carded at 230 yard par 3, which I understand. Those guys can hit. They can hit 6-iron 230 depending on elevation and wind changes. But I think our guy Michael, when you guys were talking on Twitter the other day, I was watching some of his videos.
Yeah,
and I think he was saying it was like tipped out at 254.
So
like 254 for a par 3. I mean, that's going to give that's going to be a little challenging for some of these folks. So I'm really excited to see what happens here, man. I think it's going to be awesome. So
yeah, I'm definitely going longer off the tee with the strategy. Good ball strikers. These greens are going to play fast. I think they're definitely trying to do that.
Well, that's the other thing to consider. So I know you said that they recently converted this over to bent grass, but when this was originally supposed to be played in like June maybe or April, it was definitely earlier, and so even colder out there. It may have even been in March or April, but it was definitely going to be cold. It was the course would have played probably a little softer.
Yeah.
And now we're coming into this thing in August, and I'm sure it's not burned out, but it's definitely going to play harder and longer. So it's whatever people's mindset and strategy was when the original schedule was there, and now coming in late dog days of summer, here we go, man. I mean, it's a completely different course strategy. So
defending champion Mr. Koepka for the second week in a row, defending his champion. And I'll tell you one thing right now. So number one, Koepka's not my lineup, but just the way we were picking on him, because we like to have fun, guys. Whenever we're picking on somebody, it's because we're having fun with them. It's not with Ricky or Koepka or any of those guys. We love those guys. It's just about having fun and being entertaining. And if you take offense to it, we're sorry.
I don't know why he's apologizing. We're not sorry, and we mean everywhere.
No, but with Koepka, Mr. Major, definitely been trying to peak coming into this thing, right? So if you look at what he did at 3M, he was not far behind Dustin in terms of wheels up. Hey Chase, I'll watch you from South Florida, buddy. And then last week in contention. So is he the Sylvester Stallone of the PGA with over the top and the hat? Oh, it's like a switch.
Oh yeah,
it's like a switch.
You just turn it on, man. You turn it on and something happens.
It's like a switch.
I don't know. So you got 2019 Koepka, 2018 Koepka. Interesting enough, 2017 Justin Thomas, 2016 Jimmy Walker, no chance there, and 2015 you got Jason Day. Well, I mean, no offense. I mean, I like Jimmy, but it's like he's working on his bourbon and barbecue T-shirts. He's not really. He's not concerned about playing golf right now. But you got and Jason.
I'm okay with that.
Hey, bourbon and barbecue, right up my alley. But then you got Jason Day of 2015, and as we mentioned earlier, like Jason Day is coming in sneaky good, man. I definitely like Jason Day for a top 10 in this one. So, those are previous winners.
We're going to disagree on that, but that's okay. Just because of the back with the weather. the weather in the back.
Yeah, I'm with you. So here's some notable withdrawals. Excuse me. So Padraig Harrington, I say notable. It's like as notable as they can be, but I don't think anybody really. A couple people. Padraig Harrington, Paul Waring, J.B. Holmes, CH3 Sticks, Brandon Grace, John Daly, VJ Singh. Hey, the Corn Ferry Tour called. hey, VJ, instead of playing in the major, why don't you make it over? He's
He
like,
might have had a PGL meeting.
yeah, PGL, exactly. The Sauce Man's not Sauce Man pulled out.
Yep.
Eddie Pepperell's out. Lee Westwood. Do we see Lee Westwood at all this year? I mean, after the return.
Not since the return, no.
No,
And he was playing. He was playing well before. Yeah,
I know. Are we gonna see him at all?
Oh, are we? I don't know.
I don't either. Yeah, he's definitely signed up for the PGL. Thomas Peters, Y.E. Yang, and Shugo Imahira.
Mm.
So those are the notable pullouts. I'm a little disappointed we're not going to see John Daly out there. I mean, that's like I don't know. He ain't going to do anything necessarily, but I mean, he's going to show up and play golf. He's always a good time. Yeah. You know who I was? Shout out to Jim Furyk. He just won his Champions Tour debut.
As you did. And what's his name won the CUDA? Werenski.
And he was just in contention 2 weeks ago, right?
At the 3M. Yeah. Didn't have a good Sunday, but he was right there in the 3M. Werenski was. Yep, absolutely. He was right there. Yeah. Yep. I think they led most of the way. Both him and Michael.
He and Thompson for sure. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Werenski got a case of the Todds.
Mm. But not last week. Not last week. He got a victory, and that is a PGA Tour victory. I mean, that's good for him.
Sure. Yep. So I'm excited. So you want to peel this thing back, man?
Well, I think some of the notables we need to touch on is this at Harding Park, right? So did you touch on the 2015 WGC match play?
I did not, but that's a Fowler move. I mean, I'm sorry, that's a McIlroy win.
Yeah. So McIlroy won the WGC match play here at Harding Park in 2015. In 2009, the President's Cup was played here. Team USA, Tiger Woods was the leading scorer, and then in 2005, the WGC
Isn't this
American
where Tiger beat Daly in a playoff?
Could have been. And then 2005, the WGC American Express, Tiger won with -10. So in terms of the recent, not recent, but the history here with this particular course, Tiger owns this place.
Yeah, sure.
And then Rory has played well here as well. So yeah, I'm good now. But I did want to touch on that before we got into our strategy here. Yeah. All right, what do we got next? You want to start picking?
Yeah, but I'm so torn.
Oh.
I mean, they're it's like this has probably been my worst week yet in golf.
Picking?
Yes.
This one coming up?
Yes. I mean, because you know where I went first thing.
Well, you can't pick him more than once, is what you're saying, right?
I know. I'm like, why can't I pick him more than once? I'm definitely under the $50,000. Oh my God!
I'll only pick 5 guys, and I'll give you one.
All right, so I don't want to go there just yet. So let me start with my top tier guy, and let me get it.
Hold on. Okay, so this week, the most expensive guy on DraftKings is Justin Thomas at 11,300. You got Brooks coming in second at 11,100, then Rory at 10,007, John Rahm 10,005, then Bryson 10,003, and then Xander at 10,000. That's your top 5 guys, top guys.
And I'm telling you, like, I don't think they're like, obviously they're bad picks, but I'm thinking like and it's pretty drastic, right? I mean, you've got, and I can't believe that JT is not the most expensive dude out there.
He is. He's at 11,300.
Oh, okay. I must be looking at something different. Oh yeah, they got me back on St. Jude over here. Sorry.
Okay.
Let me refresh that. So and I don't think that's a bad pick. I just think he's going to be heavily played. I think a lot of JT is going to be on a lot of rosters, and rightfully so. I mean, you saw what he just did. I mean, 3 wins on the season. I get it. I mean, he's a machine. What scares me about JT here is his back 9 on Sunday. And if he's, it'd be I can't call it his weak area, but he is having challenges hitting fairways. And I think this is going to dust them. I mean, because you've got, so this course is going to be tree lined, right? And they're, I don't know, cypress trees maybe, but
Yeah.
it's not like these pine trees where, there's shit open everywhere and you got a lot of open air and, what a tree's 90% air or whatever, right? So I don't think we're going to see that here. You get in the trees here, it's going to hurt you.
Yeah.
The good news is, I mean, he's scrambling good, but that's just not a position you want to be in, and it's got to be weighing on him a little bit. I think what did Dottie drop on Sunday? After he comes out of those misses, he's like he just robbed a bank or something to that effect, right? So, I mean, I think that's true. So that's the only thing. I think there are so many better plays even under the $10,000 mark. I think there's so much better value down there instead of it. So this is not a stud and a dud for me. This is I'm focusing on the core of the lineup. So yeah.
So did you pick anybody in the $11,000 to $10,000 range?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. I'm with you on JT. I think he's being heavily played. Definitely, the game looks good. To your point, back nine. He's got some troubles or whatnot, but he's striking the ball really well. Look, I got this thing pulled up here on Fantasy National. I've got it for this field. Last 24 rounds, strokes gained. He is first shots gained total. So
yeah,
no shocker there. But if you look at Koepka, I told you I don't like the knee with this coldness going on. I just don't know what's going to happen there. Defending champion, I like what I see from Brooks Koepka. I thought about playing him. I really did. He played well last week. Definitely think this guy is here to turn this thing on. This would be his third PGA in a row, right?
Yeah, which that's the reason I'm not playing him, because I don't think I mean, it's just the odds are.
Yeah,
the odds are against him, and I just that's my take on it. At least it's just the odds just aren't. I don't. And if he does it, more power to him. I'm like, hey man,
I'm not betting against him. I am not betting against him.
I'm just not putting it. Because I think there's going to be some other stuff happening here.
Yeah.
So
I did take Rory on 10,700.
Okay.
And I like Rory. He's long off the tee. I told you, I think that, being long off the tee is going to be an advantage here. And not only just long, but you got to be accurate. Shots gained off the tee last 24 rounds with this particular group here, this field, he's number one off the tee. So I like that.
Rory?
Yeah, Rory is. Yeah. And then he is ball striking. He's 7th. Shots gained total, 7th. On approach, he's 24th. I mean, and he this season, overall season, 4th off the tee this season, 5th tee to green this season, 20th on approach, 11th or 8th shots gained total. He last week he gained a shot off the tee, 8.81. Didn't putt well, didn't have a great approach, but again, I just read you the stats about the last 24 rounds. He's from Ireland. He likes the rainy, cold conditions. He grew up with that stuff. If you look at his last history here, or he's done well here before, but then also last couple tournaments, WGC FedEx, he was 47th last week, Memorial 32, Travelers 11th, RBC 41. Not great history, but I think this course fits him really well with the conditions and the fact that you got to be long and have a good approach. I like him here. I picked Rory at 10,700.
Yeah, I picked him last week, and he didn't necessarily do me any favors. He didn't kill me. I won a little bit of money. Nothing to write home about. I definitely spent it all in one place at that. What'd you call it? The lettuce farm.
Lettuce farm. Yeah.
It's like, hey, Lucy's. So yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with Rory. Yeah. So I didn't. So my most expensive guy actually is he's not even $10,000. So. Yeah.
Another. Well, just go here for 1 second. So another guy that I wanted to take, and Jon Rahm. I didn't like what I saw last week. I don't know what's going on with him. Coming off of number one in the world, he did not perform last week.
No, he was a shit show out there, man. I mean, the whole like you could see. So I don't know if it was. I don't know if the number one in the world got into his head,
Yeah.
And kind of, because I mean, he's an ego guy, man. I mean, and I don't, that's not negative. I mean,
No,
shit.
they all are.
Hey,
You gotta be.
if you're number one in the world, guess what? You've got a friggin' ego. I mean,
Exactly.
there's no doubt about that. But it's like, okay, but how do you manage it? And I think we're starting to see. Well, here's how you don't manage it. So, I mean, okay, DJ is cocaine and hookers. Rom is like bull in a china shop. So I mean, everybody's got their vices and the way they deal with stuff. So,
Yep.
but that's where I don't think that he has the talent. I just don't think he has the.
Yep.
It's just not between there to be able to keep it in line. So
yeah, and then Bryson scares me a little bit with the accuracy off the tee with this rough. I didn't like that. I did really like, and I'm going to kick myself for not being able to play him. I did really like Xander. I think Xander might do really well here. California kid, and he's long off the tee. He's third off the tee in the last 24 rounds. I mean, he's a ball striker, man. He's probably going to play really well this week. I just didn't have money to take him.
I didn't play him either. I didn't play Xander, and I think I've played him for the past couple of weeks, and he has not disappointed whatsoever. But and a lot of people, looking kind of scouring the internet, a lot of people are picking him, and they like him to win.
Yeah.
Maybe I could see him. He should be fine. I mean, all of his stats look good, so. I think he's in there. There's some other people that were better value for me that I think are really going to turn it on coming to this thing. So,
all right. So who you got?
I got on the cocaine train this week, baby.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I had him in mind too. I had him. I did.
Yeah. Yep. I'm going DJ, man. And, I mean, last week he looked good. Was it like T12?
Mm-hmm.
He looked horrible the week before. The week before that, he really stunk it up. Where at Memorial, I think he stunk it up at.
Yeah, Memorial. He was horrible. Yeah, he didn't want to be there either. He didn't want to be there.
No, right. Yeah, he's like, I don't know why am I even here. So, but I think he got things sorted out over the weekend, man. I mean, like that's and this one is like he wants to win. I mean, he needs this major. I think this. I got to think if it was. I guess it was U.S. Open that was out where he got the penalty and he got kind of jacked on. But let's see. So greens in regulation. He's gaining strokes. He's long enough. He's long enough to take advantage of some of those holes if he wants to. But I mean, his ball striking. It looks like he's got things turned around. So. He gained at least 2.2 strokes in both tee to green, but then he lost on the green. So if he can get a putter kind of hot, I think that we may have another winner here, man. And my other guy was going to in that row was going to be Koepka, and I think it's just very, very unlikely that he's going to win 3 years in a row.
It's like a switch.
Exactly, switch. Yeah, he's going to do the switch, So
the hat turn, guys. For people not watching on too, I'm doing my hat turn, my sly over the top hat turn. It's like a switch.
It's his Lincoln Hawk move.
There you go.
Lincoln Hawk from so it's Sly Stallone in Over the Top.
That's right.
But yeah, I think he's coming in. I think he's going to switch it around. I think he's got a big week of cocaine and hookers leading into this thing, and he's coming in hot.
There you go.
He's in San Fran, man. What more could he ask for?
There you go. So other guys in that category, you had Webb, Patrick Cantlay, Tiger, Berger, Morikawa. Well, I won't go much further than that, but those guys right around there. So Webb around $9,700, Pat Cantlay around $9,400, Tiger $92, Berger. Out of those guys, I think Tiger could have some back issues with the cold weather. Cantlay's been playing really well. I couldn't fit him in. He's been playing really well. I mean, off the tee, he's been seventh the last 24 rounds. Tee to green, he's been second. Ball striking third. I mean, gosh, maybe I'll go back and change my lineup. I really like Patrick Cantlay. Webb's been a little bit hit or miss for me, man. He played pretty well last week, but I mean, ball striking off the tee, Webb last 24 rounds, 88th. Not good.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So that's one. It's a par 70 course, though. It's on bent grass. I mean, didn't he just win? Didn't he just win on pretty much the same thing? So
yeah, I know.
I didn't go with him either. I didn't. Did you pick anybody in that category?
No, I don't pick anybody back until $8,600. So no, I don't pick anybody in this. But
Well,
I do like Berger too. I like Berger. So
I've got him in mind. I got
okay,
Berger.
go
Yeah,
ahead.
I got Berger. So what is he? He's strokes gained total. He's sixth. Everything else, his worst stat is off the tee. Oddly enough. And but everything else, I mean, he's coming in like the mid-teens, kind of. He's got a couple that kind of squeak into the 20s, but he scores, right? So as far as like actual points go, he's 12th in total scoring. So I mean, that's kind of, and coming off of last week at a T2. Like I don't need him to win. I'm not betting on him to win. I just need him to show up and play consistent. And in the same way that Patrick Reed is showing me consistency, it's just not good consistency.
Yeah.
Berger is showing me good consistency. So I mean I can't not bet on that guy. And he's scoring well on this type of track. So
Yeah.
if he can just find another fairway or two, I think Berger's a solid show here.
I played Berger last week and I was impressed. I mean, he had a great tournament. He's been playing lights out since the return. You say off the tee, he's 13th off the tee in the last 24 rounds versus this field. I mean, that's a good stat. I mean, tee to green 15th. So yeah, he's striking the ball really well. I didn't pick him, but I thought about it really hard. I did pick the guy just below him, $8,600. I picked Colin Morikawa. Definitely, I like what I've been seeing from Colin. Off the tee, he's been 17th in the last 24 rounds. Ball striking 4th, tee to green 8th, approach 6th. Those irons are just crazy. And he's a local kid, right? So definitely got that local town feel. This season, 17th off the tee, second on the approach, 4th tee to green. He knows how to play this area because he's from around there, and he's ready to win his first major. Last starts, he was 20th last week, 48th at Memorial, and he won the workday. So, like what the trend I see there, he's definitely inching his way closer to being one of those guys that's just going to be in your life for the next 20 years. And he could break out this week and win this thing.
Hey, what do you? So we're using Fantasy National to come up with these stats. What do you have your sample size set to?
Well, on the Fantasy National right now, what I've got it set to is I've got the last 24 rounds. And then I've got bent green grass selected, and I've got the field is just the PGA DraftKings. So, yeah,
that's pretty cool. How you can select the type of greens that they're putting on. Yeah, because my Berger it came up a little different than yours, but I see what. I just need to make a change there. So
we're new to the Fantasy National, but it's definitely a cool tool.
Yeah, sure. No, it's awesome, man. Yeah.
Yeah, and I got it selected for 24 rounds. The last 24 rounds, which would be the last, So yeah.
Got it. Yep. All right. So my next guy, you got anybody else you wanna hit on yet?
So no, I don't. Go ahead.
I mean, listen. All my guys are within 90% of my roster is within $800 of each other. So, my next person is gonna be Big Vic.
Oh, he's right below. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Big Vic Hovland. So he's ranked 11th total strokes gained. Tee to green, he is number 4. Ball striking 2. We're off the tee. Number 4. So that's where, I mean, that was one of the things. Around the green and putting is what scares me a little bit. But, I mean, not to the point that it's bad, because he's 8th. He's ranked 8th in points, in total points gained. So I don't have any issues with, okay, he's got to hit fairways. He's going to hit the greens. He's just going to be a little, so we're going to have to deal with it. He may not make some putts. However, if he can shake off the curse of Puerto Rico, I mean, it could be his time, man. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him win here. I would be surprised to see Tiger Woods win here, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Vic win. So there's nothing in his in the scoring that scares me about Vic Hovland, man.
Vic is a great pick. I played him last week and he burned me. That's why I didn't put him in there. It was between him and Morikawa. Morikawa's at $8,600. Vic's at $8,500. So I picked Morikawa this week because he's the local kid. But Vic's a great pick, man. He's been playing lights out. He is going to break that Puerto Rico curse. I did play Finau last week and got burned with him too. So
exactly.
Yeah, great pick. Yeah. If you're still in that area there, keep going because you got Jason Day, Ricky Fowler, Hideki, Fitzpatrick, and Hatton and Reed all within that.
So Fitzpatrick is my next guy.
Okay.
I think he was like T3 last week, T5, T3. He played really strong.
Yeah.
And that's another guy, man, that's just showing me nothing but consistency.
T6.
Like,
he was T6 last week.
T6, yeah. So I'm telling you, like these young kids that are out there, man. I mean, it's just a matter of time before something happens there. So, what's he at? So he's 24th in total strokes gained. Everything's kind of middle of the road for him, but I mean, what I really liked about him last week is, I mean, he just got progressively better, and that's what he's doing kind of the opposite of what the Brendan Todds of the world are doing. Like but I mean, it's like, hey, they come up to a hot start, and then they kind of, they kind of peter out through the week, and this guy's doing the exact opposite of that. So, nothing. There's nothing there. Everything that's going on there, I like.
Absolutely.
So my next guy is Patrick Reed. I've been waiting. Taylor, I hope you're listening. I've been waiting. When can I get him back in? I've said it, right? He's playing consistent, maybe not consistently good, but it's solid. So Patrick is around the greens and putting. He's owning it, right? So we have 14 events in this 2020 season. Because it's the wraparound, right? So he's got 6 top 10s, 9 top 25s. Let's see, and it's going to be. I mean, this is going to be a scrambling match for him, dude. I mean, I hope he gets better than his T12 that he had last week. But so it's going to be. Does he get hot with the putter? But I'm all the way there, man. I think this is. I think it's going to be P. Reed. I don't have him at a win. I do have him in the top 10 though.
There you go. Great. That's great. Masters champion Patrick Reed. In my lineup, I will tell you that there's only one guy, that's Morikawa, that has not won a major. I was definitely going majors for the major.
Yeah.
I like the idea of having somebody that has the confidence that's done it, because I don't think they're going to have the butterflies like the guys just trying to do it for the first time. So who else you got? So you had Patrick Reed. So right below him at 7,900, I did pick Gary. No, I didn't pick Gary Woodland. I'm sorry. I had him in my lineup. I changed it. I do like Gary Woodland this week. Oh, I do. I got him. I got him. $7,900. I didn't have him on here. I'm sorry, guys. I do have Gary Woodland in my lineup at $7,900. I was looking on the wrong screen. I like what I see from Gary Woodland. If you look at him, off the tee, he just changed back to the old driver. He's showing 75th. I think he's going to play a lot better than that. Tee to green 28th. Shots gained total 10th. And this is the last 24 rounds with this field. Ball striking 20th, around the green 105th. So he's got to get that going. But and then putting 26th. What I liked about him, again, major winner this season, 12th on approach, 25th on putting, 19th shots gained total. And he won on this coast last year in a windy, bayish condition, so you know that he's okay with that. And I think it's going to be like flashbacks of last year, and he's going to be like, you know what, I can do this. I can so do this. I know you don't like him as much, but yeah, what do you think? I mean, no. All right. So, hey, I think the game shapes up well for this course.
Yeah, I'm fading Woodland this week. I mean, he was playing good the first couple of tournaments with the return, but I don't know. He's got the Fowler disease, and I can't nail.
No, you cannot. He is a major winner. Do not put him in that category.
All right. That's fine. I don't know. Something he's not closing, right? So maybe he's sluggish and he's tired because he lost all that weight. He doesn't have any energy.
Could have been. Could be.
Good Lord. I mean, get over there with Bryson and get you a protein shake, man. What are you thinking?
No. I know. I just think that new driver, and he's striking the ball pretty well, man. I liked him. I think you could see a comeback here.
Hmm.
All right.
Well, last year we watched him. Where did we see him at last year? Did we see him last year? We were at the Open last year, weren't we?
Oh, who, Woodland?
Yeah.
When we actually saw him in person?
Yeah.
I don't remember. It must. Oh, Bethpage Black.
Yeah. All right. All right. So my next guy. Well, maybe I don't. How far do you drop down from your $7,900?
Quite a bit.
All right. So I don't. I only dropped down $500. So, hey, Chez, meet me in Greensboro. I want it to be like it was last summer.
You with Chez? Where are you at with Chez? Hold on.
Yeah, I got $7,400, man. Chez Reavie.
What about $7,800? You don't have anybody at $7,800?
Well, not in this lineup. Not in this lineup. I couldn't. I tried so much. I tried so hard. I couldn't, but I do have him in. I do have him in another lineup.
I have him in all my other lineups.
I've got him in every single one. It's like I keep hitting accept, and they're like, "This cannot be submitted. You haven't drafted an efficient amount of players." And I'm like, "I don't care. I only want him."
So I mean, he's one of those guys, though, and I know why you're not playing him because we haven't seen him. But he's one of those guys like Hatton that can go away for a while, come back and win. He is. He's done it before. So yeah.
So we haven't seen him since March at the Arnold Palmer Invitational, right? And let's see, he's got 2 wins between the PGA and the European Open for this season. And I mean, but here's the thing: think about it like this. Typically we don't see him a lot anyway.
It's true.
I mean, you don't see him on commercials. You don't see him a lot on the golf course. You don't see, he's surfing. That dude's down there living his life. But when he comes back, so when he won earlier this year, I put $100 bet on him to win Augusta.
There you go.
So it's already out there. So I'm not doubting the fact that he's going to show up and play. Hence the other 37 lineups that I have, that he's the only player in all the lineups. But yeah, I wanted to I want to go Chez here because Chez, another one, man, that is sneaky good. I'm not worried about any rust here. And I think the course is going to fit his eye, and it's going to set up really nice for him. Yeah. So Chez is going to find fairways. I think Chez is going to have long approach shots, but yeah, I'm like, well, how can I argue with that dude? Like Chez, you're my guy, Chez.
Chez is great, man. We talked about him last week before. Maybe talked about him yesterday. We're talking about yesterday, and definitely just games turned around. I think it started up there at Travelers that he started kicking it back in because he was a defending champion, and we saw him just starting to compete. And then last week he played well. He played well at Muirfield.
So he ranks 3rd in strokes gained tee to green and 5th in greens in regulation.
Yeah.
He's ranked 1st in bogey and in bogey, no bogeys. Or not no bogeys, but just avoiding bogeys. He's ranked 1st, and he's 6th in proximity to the hole. So, what's he got? 5 top 25 finishes, and T6 last week. So again, Chez, I don't need you to win the damn thing. I just need you to show up like you have been every week, man. I mean, that's what. And for $7,400, like. A few more birdies would be nice, maybe an eagle or 2, because scoring wise, he's not necessarily like really scoring lights out, but at least he's. I mean, I'm looking for, this is going to be my first week that I've got 6 players making the weekend.
No, we had it last week.
Oh, well, hold on. Is there a cut line this week?
So we passed over Rose. I think Rose can have a good week. I think Adam Scott can have a really good week. He's been out there practicing all weekend. Fleetwood showed some pretty good signs on Sunday. He played well on Sunday. And then my next guy that I'm picking is at $7,700, and he is going for his all-time Grand Slam at $7,700,
Are
Mr.
you
Jordan
really
Spieth.
getting on the old speed train? Hey,
I am, man. I am. I have to. Look at this. Shots gained. Let's see. Off the tee, last 24 rounds, he's 73rd. Not good. But then ball striking 80th, tee to green 51st, total 28th. Not bad, right? And he's going for the Grand Slam. Last 8 rounds, still terrible off the tee. 24th. Tee to green, 19th on approach is the last 8th round. So this is like the last couple of weeks, right? And then 26 shots gained total. I just like what I've been seeing. I like some of these rounds. I think he's showing signs of improvement. He's playing for legacy this week. He won the British Open. Again, these types of conditions where it's going to be cloudy. It's not going to be muggy, but it's going to be cloudy. It's going to be a little chilly. It's that whole British type of theme is what I'm going for this week. The last couple starts, WGC last week, he finished 30th. Memorial, he was 13th. Workday, 78th. So definitely showing that improvement with Memorial and WGC last week. I like Spieth, man. I think he's playing for legacy this week, and I think he's going to compete out there. I really do. I think he's going to do well.
Well, he better. He's going to lose a caddy. So, I mean, it's like
there are people looking. There are people looking.
Hey, you're right. Hey, it's like at this point, he's not actually playing to. I need to score good. He's like, I can't lose my bro, man. I can't lose my bro.
So JT could scoop up. JT could scoop up Michael. Oh,
or
Finau.
It's like Michael, you complete me. Good Lord! I mean, could you imagine how that? So, what's going to happen with that Spieth JT relationship? This little love triangle of Spieth, Fowler, JT. And now you got Greller over there toting around the Opolo bag. I mean that ain't gonna look good at Baker's Bay, man. I mean, hey, instead of them riding around in their swimming trunks with their with their shirts off, it's gonna be like scrap festivals, man. I mean, they're gonna be throwing down on each other, wouldn't you say?
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, so it's a novel pick. I do like where Spieth's at, though. I think he's at least kind of he's got the ship kind of righted.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say that he's like got this thing nailed down and put together yet, but at least I think he's in a good spot, and it doesn't look like he's really. I wouldn't say he's struggling on course. I think it looks like he's able to play and execute some shots. So.
Yep.
Hey, and by the way, I'd say more power to you, bud. I hope you do polish that victory off. I mean, you're a Hall of Fame golfer for sure.
Yeah.
But to put a feather in the hat, man, I hope you do.
Yeah, that Grand Slam would be great for him. I'm right around this range. I don't know who you got next, but I'm still in this range.
I think I'm out, man.
You already done? You did all of yours?
Pretty sure.
Well, don't read them because we got bad feedback on that. All right, my next guy's Louis. I take Louis at $7,600. I liked what I saw last week from Louis. He's leaving Purple Town, heading west, and this is where Mr. Brown's going to take over. There you go. Last 8 rounds, 64th off the tee, 38th in ball striking, 51st on approach. He also likes these types of conditions. Won the Open Championship in 2010 at the old course. Last starts, WGC FedEx, like last week, he was 6th, 54th at Memorial, 65th at Workday. So, I mean, just with that field last week to come in 6th, it just tells you he's striking the ball really well. And, I think he's going to like what he sees here. This is going to be, he hasn't won in America yet, right? But this is one.
I know where you went there. You had to, right? I mean, it's a money play, and it's probably one of the better options in the field. I mean, it's like I actually thought about it.
Yep.
It's like, hey, Brown's coming to town, baby, and I don't. He's actually been playing. Yeah. It's another one to coin a phrase I've used a couple of times. I mean, he's playing consistently good. Mm-hmm. He's not playing consistently great, but he is it's pretty well rounded in what he's given us. So Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you would argue against him and say, that's a bad person to have in your lineup.
And I think he's got another major in him. I think he does.
Yeah, absolutely. And so par 70, not an overly long golf course. It's you said it right, but it's off the tee. What can he? I think it's. Where's he going to struggle? If he is, he's going to struggle off the tee, I guess. I mean,
yeah.
But it's like, hey, rein it back, man. Rein it back, and then and go to your ball striking. Go to your tee to green, right? I mean, should be fine. Got to get that putter hot. He's coming in at 96 on setup. So
yeah, and I got one more to close up my lineup out, and I picked Lowry. And again, going for majors, I just like the way he's been turning this thing around. I mean, he started off really cold after the break. He was in that rust bucket, man, and he was just not striking the ball well at all. But like what I've saw recently, last 8 rounds on Lowry, he had 25th tee to green, 35th on approach. The off the tee still been pretty bad. Around the green, he's been 35th, but he knows how to play these conditions. I mean, this guy's from Ireland, just like Rory, and this is just going to be that foggy, cold kind of thing. Last couple starts, yeah. So he was Memorial 75th, 39th at Workday. Where did he finish last week? I got a wrong stat on that. It was T6. I mean, he was T6. He was tied with Usain on that one. I thought that I made a mistake there, but yeah, 6th last week at FedEx. So definitely showing some good
day time. And several. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's a major, obviously, but there are so many people coming to this thing playing. There are so many people playing good golf. There's people that are like. They're just almost there, man. They are almost almost great golf, and I know we're hyping this thing up because it's like we haven't had a major yet this year. But I mean, how can you ignore it and how can you steer clear of that? I mean, you gotta. It's like going. I mean, this could go, and there are so many new faces. I mean, think about Wawrinski, Thompson. I'd be, I can't really say Berger's a new face, but I mean, shit. I mean, who knows Daniel Berger, But I mean, there's so many people that have a chance to come out that are not really personalities. Think about Hovland. Think about Fitzpatrick. Think about Spieth if he closes this off. I mean, what a great way to bookend, this horrendous episode that we've been going through in 2020. I mean, that'd be a good way to backstop that, right? So
yeah.
Who he didn't mention at all? We didn't mention. I mean, maybe a couple times. What about
Scott?
So I want to talk a little more about Adam Scott.
No, who you're going to say? Who you're going to say?
I mean, I bet it has his tan. I wish Michael would have made it on with us so we could have talked about his tan. Yeah. I bet that thing is so sweet right now.
After that
I bet he is so bronzed, and that chin and jawline is so chiseled. No. What about Tiger, man? What do you got from the Big Tig?
Oh yeah, Tiger.
It's like, wait a minute, Tiger's actually playing.
No, we did talk about it a little bit. I told him I told you I was passing on him because of the back and this cold weather. I didn't like that, but other than that, he's had good history here, and he's played here several times before, and I think he could play really well. I'm just concerned about the back and the cold conditions.
Yeah, well, he should be rested up.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Saying. I mean, just chop those Vicodins up. You can snort those on the way to the course, and it's like, here we go, boys.
Yeah,
or hey, you're at the lettuce farm. I mean, doesn't that have some kind of healing effects? And just go roll around in it for a minute, man.
Yeah. No.
So, and let me see. Oh, I wanted. How long before Bryson? Does he melt down the first day, or is he going to get into this a little bit?
I think that rough could be rough for him, man. I do.
Over in that lettuce, hey?
Well, a lot of people are writing about this event saying it could play a lot like a traditional PGA event and not a major. It could. And if it does, he could win this thing. If it plays really rough in the rough, he could have a meltdown day 1 or day 2. Yeah.
So are they pairing? Are they, because I mean they're right there. They were right there. They were right there for the tournament.
Yeah.
Okay. So but I'm wondering, is it going to be JT and Koepka, or are they going to not be dicks and do the right move so the PGL doesn't crush the PGA? And is it going to go Bryson, Koepka?
I don't know. What do you think?
Oh, I think Koepka's already written them and said, well, actually, I could be wrong. It could have been Brooks that ran. Are they doing threesomes or twosomes?
I haven't seen. I'm looking here. I haven't seen the featured groupings yet, and I haven't seen those yet. Usually they're out by this time. We're recording this guys on Monday at 5:00.
So they're probably. It's actually not 5:00, but it's later than that. But anyway,
well, it's much later than that. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But it sounds good for radio, or it sounds good for the pod.
Yeah.
So, I don't. So, who do you think's riding the? Who do you think's like corresponding? You think Brooks is saying like, no way, I'm not doing that, or do you think that it's Bryson saying, there's no way I'm getting paired with that guy? Don't put me with it. I mean, look at the.
I don't think Bryson has the clout.
Really?
Mm-mm.
I mean, he just won the friggin' tournament.
Yeah, but he doesn't have. But Brooks has got 4 majors.
Yeah, all right, that's true. So he is already a Hall of Famer. Bryson has some work to do.
Yep, 100%. Bryson has a lot of work to do.
He's got a lot of work to do. Yeah, okay. I guess you're right. But do you think Koepka's like, no fucking way, man? No, no.
Yeah.
Put me with him, and I ain't showing up.
Yeah. I think so. Don't you think?
I mean, I could see him being that kind of d-bag that would. That's like, yeah. I ain't playing with his slow ass over there. Yeah, I could see that happening. But I don't know. Maybe they put him with Tiger.
Who?
Bryson. What does he care?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah. I think you put him there. Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this thing. Who you got as outright?
Man. I'm going DJ, dog. I think DJ's going to flip the cap.
I think he definitely wants to be there this week.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah, right. Yeah. I think you're going to see a completely new man on the court. Like it's not, and not even when he won a couple weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. I think you're going to see something completely different showing up at this golf course. If you don't, I don't know if DJ finishes the 2020 season. He may be on a little sabbatical.
He could be. Yeah, I mean, DJ's a great pick to win. And he shaved that beard. Apparently, it's because he messed up shaving, and he's like, I got to take it off. So maybe it's back this week.
It's funny because I read something about what's her name, Paulina. Said what did DJ said? Paulina, I need you to shave that muff.
Oh gosh.
And he woke up the next morning and he didn't have a beard.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know. It's rumored. I did not hear it directly from either of two of them.
I think the California kid wins this week. I think Xander takes it home.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah.
And I didn't. Hey, didn't pick him in my lineup, but I got to win, right? So.
Fantasy National did not advise us of that. But just so you know.
But I think he's been playing really well, and I think he's got it in him, man. I think he's been, he's right there.
Yeah, he's consistent for sure. It's like consistently good. So yeah, that you potentially got something there. Yeah, for sure.